Caley, first of all, your thoughts on the League Cup third round draw away to Dundee?
Yeah, very pleased with that. It's a great place to go. We've got good memories of going down there. Obviously John Brown, my old sparring partner, my old colleague, is in charge, so I'm sure he'll talk the game up very well, and perhaps that means I won't have to do any talking because John will normally do it and do it well. But no, it's a good draw for us. I mean, there's some cracking draws there with Premiership teams going away from home, and there's some good opposition to play. And Dundee, obviously been in the Premier in the SPL last year, gave a really good account of themselves, and perhaps unfortunate to go down, but they've got some good players there, and John will certainly whip them up, I'm sure.
I think it was season 2010-11, your last home tie in the League Cup, but on your travels doesn't really matter for you because your run to the semi-final was on away games, so you don't have mind at all about
no, you get used to it. I mean, when we come back from the international break, we've got Kilmarnock away, which is a good one, Aberdeen away the next week, which is a good one, and then a few days after the Aberdeen match we're away at Dundee, so 3 matches away. And normally, last year in particular, we played 3 away matches in 7 days, so it's a pretty good. In 10 days, it's not too bad. Perhaps a little bit better, but no, it's still a good draw for us, and we don't mind home or away. We just anxious to get out there, and with the success we had in the League Cup last year in particular, we want to go one further than the semi-final this time round. But we'll see what happens to the winners of the League Cup. They end up going out in the very first round that they come back into it. So but it would be nice to have won the cup to see what happens the following year. But to get to the cup final, we know what it takes and know what we have to do. And Dundee, I'm sure will present a very stern test for us.
Home comforts this weekend against Hearts. Obviously in the headlines during the summer with their financial troubles, they've made a good start to the season despite their 15-point deduction. What are you expecting from Hearts this weekend? Well,
normally if you look at the league table, the form guide really in particular, the league table with Hearts deficit, they're at the bottom of the table, but they've got the 7 points. They really should be in 4th position in the Premiership, which does give a good reflection of how they played. They've secured 2 wonderful home victories as well. Got a good point at Caley Thistle after being down late in the game, and obviously lost at St Johnstone. So away from Tynecastle might be a different sort of kettle of fish for them, because they've got fantastic backing at home. There's virtually sellouts in their 2 matches against Hibs and Aberdeen, and to beat Aberdeen when going down to 10 men as well in the latter stages of the game is a big feather in their cap. So yeah, we know what to expect from them. They'll have a wonderful support here again. We've made them a good offer as well. Giving them some money back for if a certain number of fans is that number's passed, so that's a big incentive for them. But it's also nice from our point of view to do that. But having said that, we want to send the Hearts fans home miserable and unhappy, because that means we'll have won the game. But our home record is very good so far: 2 out of 2, 6 points out of 6, 5 goals for, none against. It's pretty good. So we want to maintain that and make it 3 out of 3.
Gary Lock's only been in the job since March. A relatively new manager as well. You've been there and experienced that kind of administration process. You'll know where he's coming from. What have you made of Gary Lock's kind of start to his managerial career?
Well, I think Gary's done extraordinarily well. He's got some good young players, but you've got to mould them, and you've got to cajole them and inspire them and motivate them. But sometimes they do things that you don't expect them to do. But there's some wonderful talent there that has come through the Hearts Academy. And they've got some good players there. A lot of under 21 players that are, they're all playing for their future, because they don't really know what the future of Hearts is going to be. So they're playing with a freedom that comes with that. I noticed that at Motherwell, where you put a lot of young players in the team, you get energy, enthusiasm. Sometimes you get mistakes, sometimes they're not quite in the right positions, but they're certainly going to run all day for you. And you look at the Hearts team; they're certainly running all day for Gary Lock.
When you look at the Hearts side, it's full of young, exciting players, but when you look at Caley Thistle, it's full of young, exciting players too.
Well, I think they've got a few more younger players than we have. We've got a little bit more experience down the spine of the team too. So, but we've got a good blend there. I think that's the key. And unfortunately, Gary hasn't got that. He's missing Danny Wilson. He's missing Hattie at left back too. Ryan Stevenson is out, so he hasn't got that many experienced players to call upon. Well, I'm quite lucky when I've got 1 or 2 more than him. But no, we like to get the ball down and pass it, but we also like to put teams under pressure with pressing and with our energy. So if we can match Hearts for their energy, I'm sure we'll do all right. But we've got a good blend there. But we've got players that are used to each other now. We're in that winning habit. We're undefeated in 4, and the boys are playing well together. They know each other's jobs well. Their movement is good. We've got goals in the team. We're averaging 2 goals a game now, which is a bit more than we did last year, which is nice. So we're doing okay. We don't. We want to make sure that we can continue that momentum. It's another match of this 5-game sequence, the last one, before we have the 2-week break before the international matches. And we want to be top of the league during that 2-week international break and enjoy it.
Just finally, any injuries, any concerns?
Just Marley Watkins just turned his ankle, so he'll be out for a couple of weeks, which is disappointing because he did well at Celtic Park last week, but he'll be fine. Apart from that, everyone else is fit and raring to go.
Thank you, Terry. Thanks for your time.